very much apologise. Sorry, I very much apologise about the sound that's bound to be crap, and the video is bound to be crap. This is my other phone's completely not working at the moment, so this is my really, really cheap phone. So hopefully it hears everything. I've come on because it's one of those videos where if I don't say it now, it won't come out. Maybe a mad conspiracy theory born of stress. Maybe there's something to it. Lots of people, when COVID happened and we went through all that silly crap, when we got to the other side, a lot of people noticed how you were treated differently in the shops. The NHS had changed. Lots of things had changed socially and didn't seem to be going back to normal, and in some cases never have. So a lot of people, if I start there, will either agree or disagree. If we start at that point, some people have extreme theories, like it was a test for depopulation and all this other stuff. Other people think it's real. Whatever. That for the purpose of this, well, actually, it is kind of semi-important in as much as what we already know now, that many things you couldn't say on YouTube are now fact. We already know now that people are being taken to court over the vaccine. So we've got to wait for those court decisions, but we do know that there are going to be governments and pharmaceutical companies held responsible for some of the things that they did during that period of time, because they did break codes of ethics and things that they denied at the time and we were being banned for. So with that said, when we all stayed indoors during the first part of it and we all played ball thinking it was all real, the World Health Organization, I think it was them, said that they were absolutely astonished that the people like the British Western world actually went along with it. They knew China and places like that would, and they literally said, we knew China would get away with it, but get away with it was the words they used. They said, but we didn't think that we would get away with it, keeping us in. Get away with it was the words they used. And it was also released afterwards, and this may be something else that they're getting taken to court for, is that the almost solitary confinement of 6 months and stuff, and some people more, generally is regarded as being more dangerous to your mental health and to your overall health than the chances of catching the disease. This is now becoming fact, and this is something that's being fought over. Something that's in the courts, I believe, right now is the benefits over the deficits of keeping a child home and giving them this vaccine as opposed to not. And there's a massive a lot of data that says that the risk of the children was not there that they said it was. So that is in, I don't know if it's in American courts, but that's in courts now. So with all this said, and also the other thing that was under investigation was remember, after all of that, there was people that were suddenly dropping down with heart attacks, and they were saying nothing to see here. There's investigations going on into that as well. So what comes out of it, I don't know, but some of the things that were unsayable are the people that investigate them, they're going to find the truth one way or the other. So it's going to come out in the wash. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Now, the thing I wanted to speak to you about, which I've left a long time into the video, so I'll put a marker out, is the fact that I have been uncharacteristically rude and sometimes abrasive with people recently, and that's not me. I'm more of a person, if I feel like that, I will punish myself inwards. I try not to let my anger go outwards. Someone next door to me is a nice guy, and I heard him tell my dog something this morning. Nobody tells my dog anything, but he didn't mean no harm by it, and I took it real seriously. Let's just leave it at that. But it's not a one-off thing, and I have to keep telling myself, whoa, what are you doing? Calm yourself down. And, and bear in mind, I've been a lot calmer than I used to be for years now. So I was able to do the podcast. I speak to my mate who nearly rips my head off, and then we have a heart-to-heart, and he just tells me he's basically the same frame of mind as me. And then I talk to some people online, no matter what their reasons are, whether they have reasons, some people don't even have a reason. They don't know why they feel the way they feel. Other people think they have the reasons. All I do know is that myself, and I thought mine were real world reasons, they were, but those reasons have stopped. And I know stress doesn't stop straight away, but I've been more prickly and still and stressed and not able to really engage with anything, including the podcast. And then the more and more people I speak to, and we're now probably getting up to about 25 to 30 people, somewhere between that figure. I every single one of them so far as going through some kind of mental health issue, right? Mental health issue is normally 1 in 3, and that 1 in 3 normally means that they have are going through or will go through mental health. It doesn't mean that they're always going through it at that time, but at the moment it's like, I don't know. I know a group, maybe a small group of people that don't necessarily know each other, who aren't going through mental health issues at the moment. That I can tell of or know of, or that they spoke of. It seems like everybody else I speak to, high, low, no matter who they are, it seems to be going through something pretty serious inside there. And there was one time when I used to come on here knowing that whilst lots of people got mental health issues, I was the only one coming on talking about it. But there's something really dark going around. And it's not just my perception. I was going to mention this before, and I thought, this is your dark perception. But hearing more and more people saying it and realizing that it's not 1 in 3, it's 1 in 1. Every time I'm asking someone, or every time I sit with someone, they're telling me something. It's starting to worry me. And again, the COVID correlation is a very weak one. Yeah, I'm not saying it is that. It may be nothing to do with it whatsoever. So let's look at other reasons. All I'm saying is, I've never seen, especially when you look online as well and see the stats for certain things online, which I haven't got in front of me, so I'm not going to try and recite. It's just a bit worrying that it feels like there's something going around at the moment. Whether it's as a result, whether it's the result of something, or whether it's completely its own entity, I don't know. But I feel like everybody is, and a lot of people will say, well, what do you expect, Tom? The world is falling apart, World War III, people have been used, I get all that. But we've held it on our shoulders pretty well. Why would everybody suddenly break at the same time? That's not normal. That's not how life would normally work. People don't break at the same time. We've all got a different ways of being broken, which means, I don't know. Anyway, talking to being broken, if you saw Tommy's email, you will see that finally he said what I've been trying to say to many people of you out there for a long time. He said last time 7 months nearly killed him doing the solitary. He said they could get anything up to 8 years for his next thing. And he said that if 7 months nearly killed him, he said, this will kill him. He said he can't do it. He can't do it. He finally admitted that he has limits. He's finally told you, instead of he keeps saying how he loves it, he's all right. He's finally told you, I can't do this. I can't do this. This can't happen because I won't get through it. So, and I know he wouldn't have let anybody put that email out if, because he wouldn't make himself look weak. He's not weak, by the way, but I'm just saying. So it must be really, really serious, and I don't blame him. So he's admitting to you what I was trying to tell you when he was in prison, and that is stop treating him like a just like an icon that can't be broken or melted. Or he can be broken. We all can be broken. Every single human being on this earth can be broken. It's just a method of how and how long. So yeah, just bear that part in mind as well while we're talking about dark subjects. But I do worry. I worry about the mental health, because the other thing as well is if we're compromised mentally, that means that we have to be doubly vigilant about what we talk about politically. You don't want your life outside of this to be affecting your judgment inside of it, and it can be very easy to develop your worldview based on your home life or your feelings or anything else. So you've got to be even more objective and super self-aware at times like this, because like I say, and super aware of other people as well. And that's something, a bit of an education I got this morning, is that I needed to wake up and realize, think about other people as well, where they're coming from, because don't assume that they're fine. Don't assume that they are fine. If people act strange, perhaps they've got something going on as well as you have, and I'm finding out everybody fucking has, and it's getting serious, and I'm worried about people. I'm worried about how it affects us going forward as a group of people. We need to be super self-aware at the moment. And I would also say, if it is as far spread, if it's as far spread as I think it is, we also need to make sure it doesn't divide us, because nothing's better at dividing people than just I point to my head and then it's actually a bad thing to do because people take it the wrong way. I'm just talking about the world that's in there. It can seriously screw up the way that we interact with other people. And I can speak from personal, experience of being like that, of being prickly with other people and being, when I was younger, I was a right arsehole, if I'm honest. But I realised all I was doing was, it was a defence mechanism. So I got over that. But, anyway, enough. I don't care what comments I get on this. I know I'm not talking in a bubble. I know, because I know that the 25, 30 is going to turn into 100, going to turn into 1,000. Depends how far I push it. I will catch you soon. Tom Fury, Tom Generation X. Sorry, it's not a very happy one, but we'll get there. I just wanted to point this out because it's been, especially the last couple of days, it's been bothering me.